Hi, this is Sam Stone with CBR.com here at New York Comic Con 2022 with the cast of Batman and Superman Battle of the Super Sons, available on home video on Tuesday, October 18th. Guys, thanks for taking the time to speak with me.
Hey.
Thank you.
So you guys tackle the first families, really, the biggest icons in the DC universe. Like, how is it taking on these iconic roles and kind of adding your own unique voices to each of them?
A burden. No, it's a dream come true. All of this stuff is a dream come true. I idolized the DCEU from the moment I was born. I was a giant fan of the Justice League, Batman, Superman. I mean, those are my heroes, undoubtedly. So it's a dream come true for sure.
Yeah, it was really cool to play Robin and Damian, of all Robins, to play such a really aggressive, cool, raised by the League of Assassins. Like, it really got to be a badass and kind of got into this cool, like, Batman-esque type voice, and it was really, really fun for me as an actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go.
Yeah.
Lois Lane, I've always been such a huge fan, and getting to play Lois Lane next to Travis, playing Superman, was like next level.
Right, because we're married.
Because we're married.
And in love.
And we have a kid.
Oh, it's in the stars. Superman was my favorite growing up. It has been my entire life. So being able to do that and being parents ourselves, it was just great to play, and these guys just absolutely crushed it.
You guys are pretty good. I don't know if you know, but
I appreciate that.
like listening to your performances was really, really fun.
Thanks. You don't have to be meek. You can speak up. Thanks. I appreciate that. Keep going.
It's a matter of historical record now. In finding those performances, how is it working with Wes Gleason in the booth and trying to find like those tonalities and that energy, like, as you find these performances?
You know, there was something I felt that it was his direction was almost minimalist in the sense that he gave us a very long leash to just play, and that's the best. That's like when you find a director like that, it's just like it's the best thing ever, because you can find the character on your own, and you're in the shoes of the character, I guess, and yeah, you gotta navigate it for yourself, and so I felt very free, and like I was making it my own, painting my own picture, and it was very good, very fun.
Yeah, he's a master for sure. Like Jack said, he wasn't too much on our case to kind of push his own agenda, but also had great direction as well to kind of just push us in the right direction. And yeah, we got to really kind of play, and I just remember seeing my character on the screen for the first time in the first session, and I was just so excited. I felt like a little kid, and then when it came back for the second session, it had developed a lot more. The animation looked a lot better, and I was literally giddy. I remember like being in the booth and like being so happy, and like that's me. It was really, really cool. And I've done animation before, but it was something about this project felt really, really special. The story was hilarious and action packed, and I just got the feeling like kids were gonna go crazy over it, kids and adults. So.
Yeah. Was there anything in the script or maybe in the character description where you were like, I know how I'm going to approach this performance, like I know how I'm going to find the voice now? Like, was there anything that really stuck out to you about that?
For me, I think obviously he's Batman's son, so I did some Batman watching for sure, and obviously it's the most iconic character, and to play Robin, I think I really just got into that my own take of what that was. I tried a little bit at home and kind of bounced a couple voices off my friends and my mom even, and I didn't want to be too much, but I think I found a good balance of kind of this darker kid living in a pretty big shadow, but also willing to be that sidekick for his dad, even though he was raised by Talia al Ghul, an evil character.
What does mom say when you bounce like Damian Wayne off of her? Like,
she didn't know.
Oh yeah.
She didn't know. Yeah.
She like more evil, Jack.
Yeah. My mom's always kind of helping me with characters and stuff, and pretty much just my friends. And this was a really, especially when I look back, this will be something that I look back on really, really fondly, and hopefully get to play him again.
Jack, I have to ask, as somebody that's gotten to party with Superman on the big screen,
Yes.
and Shazam,
Yeah.
how is it getting to take on the role of John Kent to be the our once and future Superboy?
Dude, honestly, it was almost like you ever have like a really beautiful, impactful, sensual one night stand? It was like that. It was like that. I never actually had that experience, to be honest with you. But I have the empathy to describe what I feel like it would be. And I feel like I only did like 2 sessions in the booth for this movie, and both times it was like like quick little glimpses, quick little like whoa, like a quick little romance I spent with Jonathan Kent, and walking away from it, I felt like a changed person. Like I've been enlightened. And it was a great way to expand my involvement in the DCEU. So yeah, dreams are being fulfilled. Manifest destiny. I'm there. So I love Jonathan Kent, and I also love Freddie Freeman equally.
I feel like we have to talk to Wes Gleason now because I don't know if we had the same
I
sensual
don't know if you wanted
one-night
to do that.
stand.
Yeah,
I feel
it was
like you guys got the
sensual for
better part
It
of
was
the deal.
sensual in the booth for me. It was steaming.
We're gonna take this up with Wes.
Again, available on October 18th if you want to catch that.
Yeah, that's on the Patreon, so you got to sign up.
So, Travis, Travis and Laura, all due respect to Super Saiyans, all due respect to Street Fighters. This is the superhero couple against which all other ones are judged. How do you approach such iconic roles? And more to the point, did you find any influences in what, say, Tim or George or certainly Christopher Reeve in finding or in your case, Margot Kidder or Dana Delaney in creating these performances?
I mean, so Christopher Reeve is always going to be my Batman. It's the one I grew up with.
He's not Batman. You
Sorry?
said Christopher Reeve was your Batman.
I'm sorry, my Superman. Pardon me.
That's embarrassing.
It's an alternate universe casting. No, I mean when the Christopher Reeve movies, Richard Donner, like I would, in my underwear on the couch, put a blanket around my neck, run around, jumping everywhere. Like that's just how it was. So, I love all the portrayals that have been there, but to me there was always like a father figure. A role for Superman in my personal life, so being able to step into those shoes for this part was it was incredible. And really, Wes is so great at also just going like, hey, don't do too much. I asked him right when the session started, I was like, hey, can I see the character designs? He's like, yeah, but don't show anybody. I distract him, take a picture of it really fast, just to see what the animation style looks like, character design. But it was just really great, settling in, and then also being able to hear Laura, recorded as Lois, and just trying to manage our son in this piece was really, really cool.
Yeah, I've seen so many different wonderful iterations of Lois before, but I think this is the first time I've experienced her as a mother, which you can be a one way with everybody else in the world, but when you're with your kid, it's going to change the way you interact with them. So. It was really nice to be able to come at that from the perspective of a mother, and have that just shakeable faith in your son, and knowing that he's going to be able to handle things.
Even if they're blowing up grain silos with their laser vision.
Yeah.
He'll handle it.
Jack and Jack, what do you think it is like that makes this friendship work between Damian and John?
Ooh. Okay, I think one thing is that they're both really eager to please their dads, which I think any young boy is. Like, their dad is their hero, whether it's a superhero literally or not. Like, growing up, my dad was my hero. My dad was, like, the coolest dude on the planet. And but he wasn't a Superman, obviously, but, like, he was, like, the top, he was paramount. He was the sickest thing ever. And I think in this situation, we're both trying to impress our dads, but we're also trying to, like, build that part of ourselves that we idolize about our dads together, and there's a part about it that kind of feels competitive, but also kind of feels like there's a lot of like naivety there, like and they're just kids like trying to self-express, and I think that's like, and then along the way of a friendship comes to play.
Yeah, there's some friction in the beginning, like a lot of friendships, and I think that Jonathan and Damian sort of realize that they kind of do need each other in this epic battle to save the universe and their dads. So I think it was cool to see along the story. It was very, very sweet at times, honestly, and especially where the two characters traveled from the beginning to the end. Very nice arc with the characters. Yeah.
Like you alluded, this is the first time we've seen Lois as a parent. This is the first time we've seen Superman as a parent. In not counting like side stories like Injustice, where it just goes horribly, horribly wrong. But
That's a happy story, man.
How is it like, as parents yourselves? How is it like bringing that verisimilitude to this and vulnerability to the side of the Man of Steel and the fearless investigative reporter Lois Lane?
I think it makes the characters very relatable, and at least for us as parents, that sense of that there's a complete lack of control in parenting, right? You always want there to be some semblance of like, I know what's going on, I know where my kid is, and that is just the furthest thing from the truth. And half of that is also just acknowledging it and letting it go. So I thought it was really great how you could start to feel that from Superman. You know, he has these responsibilities. You see him flip the switch and he goes into, superhero mode. But when it's at home, things need to be softer, gentler. You need to relate to your son, make sure that you're available. And I just love that, seeing it from the character.
Yeah.
Cool. And I think we have time for one more. With the movie coming out, what can you tease about Batman and Superman: Battle of the Super Sons?
They all
Can't
die
we
in the
tease?
end.
Superman dies, Batman dies, everybody dies.
The ship sinks.
And everything's a dream.
Nothing. Are you nuts?
All of these things are true, maybe. You'll have to watch the movie on October 18th. Again, Batman and Superman: Battle of the Super Sons, available on home video October 18th to find out. This is Sam Stone with CBR here at New York Comic Con 2022. Guys, thanks for taking the time to speak with me today.
Thanks.
Thank you. You killed it.